Welcome to August Lunch and Learn. We're so excited to have all of you on here today. And many of you know already, little housekeeping rules. There is a Lunch and Learn's Facebook page. If you're not part of that, if you want past recordings or this recording, you have to give us till Monday. I do not promise this recording or anything, if there happens to be any handouts or literature or anything that goes along with the training, I will post it in that group. However, if you are not on social media, don't fret at all. YouTube will record it, then we'll put it on YouTube, and it's just Jennifer Enlow. So if you have people that, teammates or other unit members or whatever that aren't on social media, that kind of freaks them out. So that's why you put on YouTube, and that's why you have to give me till Monday. So we're not going to blow up Kat's phone or my phone. I make everyone promise. We're not going to send a million messages because by the graciousness of her heart, she's doing truly a go give thing with Mary Kay. And just this goes to the whole Mary Kay world. It does not matter if your ink is wet on the agreement or you're a national sales director, no matter what division, where you live. Sometimes they get recorded and they put them in other languages and put them in other countries. So it kind of is a bigger deal. So I tell everyone, just bear with us. But I promise by Monday, usually tomorrow, but promise by Monday for sure, we get them on there because my office girl is so gracious to do that. But we have the incredible Kat that reached out to me, and she has some incredible things she wants to share and train with. And Kat, I'm so excited to get to know you and hear your training because I have not had the honor of meeting you in person or knowing any of that yet. And so I just want first to say thank you for carrying on Mary Kay's legacy and for being willing to be so go give with your time with our new seminar year to pour into so many people on a busy day. And we're all busy, right? We all wear a million hats. And I really want you to know how much I deeply appreciate you. So thank you so much. And I'm going to let you take over and I will mute
Okay.
out.
Okay, real good. Well, I'm going to go back to the galley because I wanted to see all of you as you all are coming in. I've got people that are popping in. I'm going to be playing multiple roles this morning, afternoon, wherever you are. It's afternoon for us on the East Coast. And so some of you are probably just getting done with your third cup of coffee. So welcome, welcome, welcome. I appreciate you all very much. And I will be sharing my screen in a minute, but I am going to make this like official. First of all, just to tell you a little bit of backstory about me, I just had my 39th anniversary in Mary Kay Cosmetics. I have been a sales director for almost 33 years, and I am thrilled to be here this morning. And thank you, Jennifer, for allowing me to do this. So my official, I'm going to say, I'm Kat Van Dusen, Gallup certified Clifton Strengths coach and Mary Kay sales director, mentor, and leader with over 35 years of experience leading and developing teams, teaching countless entrepreneurs, both individually and in groups, to discover, clarify, and implement, okay, who they are by defining how they show up, make choices, influence others, build relationships, and process information. This is going to feel like, is this really a Mary Kay Lunch and Learn? Yes. Okay. Because my blood runs pink and this is what I do. The key is that I'm going to start this way. I have a few questions for you. Have you ever been misunderstood or misjudged or mislabeled by someone, by anyone? A parent, a teacher, an employer, a friend, a spouse? Has anyone ever put you in a box that they thought had your name on it, yet it truly wasn't you? Well, I have. For years, I thought that my being a high I and a high D was the sum of who I was. I believe God made me a specific way, and yet I thought there was something not quite right with me. Anybody? Okay, anybody ever feel that way in their life? I mean, you can follow along with me here. So this is what I did. I investigated, I took classes, I went to workshops, I prayed, I prayed, I prayed. Mary Kay and Jesus Christ are my cornerstones. And of course, I love my husband, who we just celebrated our 40th anniversary. Okay. And thank you for that. But everything I knew to do, honestly, the platform of Mary Kay was one of the greatest personal and professional improvement courses in my life. God knew I was supposed to be here, and He was going to work it out through me and in me through this venue. Because what do? We lead, we live, we learn, right? We love. We learn how to love people that are not like us. And that's what this is all about. I learned that He created me in His image, which I knew, but I was reinforced over and over again. And that, as Mary Kay said, He didn't have time to make a nobody. just as somebody, and I discovered who I am and why I'm here. So, what are you doing when you feel God's pleasure? When you realize this is what I was created for. Now, don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying that Mary Kay is always the answer for everybody. Mary Kay is a vehicle for us to be the women and men that God created us to be, right? That our role, I'm a part of a group of amazing directors called Makeup and Ministry. And I knew when I first kind of woke up as I realized what I was doing in this Mary Kay world was that if I could get in front of a woman's face, I could hear a woman's heart. And if I heard her heart, I could help meet a need. And as many of you have heard before, it's not just external, it's internal, and it's also eternal. I could have an impact on who they are. And I want to remind each one of you today, there's been lots of changes in the last 5 years. Okay. We're still coming through the COVID cloud, as it were. But I want to encourage you to realize that you are here for a purpose and for a reason. So what are you doing when you feel God's pleasure? When you realize this is what I was created for. This is what I was created for, to encourage and inspire and support and allow you to hear my message that He gave me. That one, He made you for a purpose. He hardwired you with abilities and gifts and talents and dreams and desires, and that together, that makes up your unique God given DNA. I thought I was raised where there was just a part of me that I was looking at. I was looking at how I showed up. I show up with lots of gestures. I show up with lots of um, enthusiasm and excitement. You just don't see the introverted part of me who needs to settle in and be quiet and read a book or go brain dead for an hour. Right? Most people only saw that I could get distracted, that they thought I could get distracted, that I looked and saw everything. I have a global ability to see a lot. When I discovered, and if you want later, look at Ephesians 1, verses 3 to I think like 19, and be reminded of what He's got planned for you. And then read Romans 12, all right? All of Romans 12 about the behaviors and the activities and who He wants us to be as followers of Him. So what we're going to do is we're going to be looking at when you're working in your sweet spot, that it almost feels effortless. I'm certain that there's things in this business or the other career that you have, or being a mom, or being a wife, or being a sister, or being a friend, right? Whether it's at church, at home, out in the world, whatever, that there's going to be things you don't like to do. But there's things that when you're in the lane, you're in the zone, it is effortless for you. Your work results are actually 3 to 10 times greater than anything else when you try to use sheer discipline and intentionality. So, can you imagine when 20% of what you do, we're talking about work now, when you have 20% of what you do produces 80% of your results. Couldn't we all get excited about that? I mean, seriously, wouldn't you love that? To be able to just go, holy cow, think about that. Think about where you are today. If you're brand new, 5 minutes in, Mary Kay, I'm trying to admit people and not get too distracted at the same time. So I'll check one more time as they click in. But when you think about where you were last year, okay, this time last year, August 2024. It's now August 2025. If you were in this business, what if your results from last year, June 30th, were 80% greater than they are right now? Think that thought with me, will you? I mean, think that thought. And then I want you to think the thought of what if nothing changes? And the only thing that can change is you. And it all starts right here. So allow me to give you a 30,000-foot view of rediscovering, or maybe discovering for the first time, who you were created to be through a simple assessment. Don't freak out. It's not a test. This is not a test. You are the expert on you. Okay. You're the person who knows you best. Well, besides God. He knows you better than you know yourself, so you can't hide from him. But in the process of it, this assessment, Clifton Strengths, for years it was called Strength Finders. Some of you might even have this book on your shelf. This is just the primer. This is not the assessment. Okay. Clifton Strengths is your hands. It's how you work. All right. So it is a portion of who you are when you show up. That's our DISC. How do we show up? I show up energetic. I show up determined. I show up focused, right? And then there's how we love each other. How do we love? How do I like to be loved? How do you like to be loved? And then there's how we make decisions. There really is a little assessment that can help you with that. It's like, oh, that makes sense. Well, for me, I make decisions based on freedom and choice. All right. I that's it, but I also like to win. So that has a play in it. Some people make all their decisions, no matter how they show up, no matter how they love, based on, is it going to be safe and secure for me and my family? Is it going to negatively impact my finances or my home life? Maybe you go, if it ain't fun, I'm not doing it. Right. And that's the filter that you put your decision making process through. And there's some more. That's not what we're talking about today. We're talking, those other things are how we show up. It's how we love, how we make decisions. This is about how we work. Clifton Strengths is all about how you work. I did not know for many, many years. I've learned it about 20 years ago. So just know many, many is way before that. I was told I'll never be good at finances. I'll never be good at money. I'll never be good at details. I'll never be good. I'll never be good. Right? What did you hear? What do you hear? What did you hear that you were not good at? You're never going to get anywhere because you don't have this. Well, what I learned through this assessment is that I'm a strategic thinker. Oh, what does that mean? That means I gather information. I absorb information. I can pull things together that make a difference. Doesn't look like an accountant because I'm not, right? Doesn't look like maybe even a tracker in Mary Kay, but I know my numbers because I'm strategic. So, have you ever asked yourself the question, who am I? Why am I here? Well, it's a combination of our thoughts and feelings, our behaviors, our values, our beliefs, and investing time to collect the dots, connect the dots, clarify, change, and maybe even correct some of the dots. So it's going to take a little time and it's going to take an investment and it's going to bring you to a place of fresher self-awareness so that you can be who God created you to be, so you can remember that there are things that he had planned in advance for us to do, and then you're going to have the blessings that he has assigned to you. So can you imagine what will happen when you think about what's right with you and what's right with others instead of fixating on what's wrong with you or what's wrong with others? So I'm going to share my screen and hopefully this will work just fine. And it is right here. So bear with me while I make this baby big and we start this from the beginning. Okay, one other little thing so I can see you because I do like an audience. Yay, there you are. And I see my sweet birthday girl, Piper. We are August birthday babies. Woohoo! Okay, so I just talked about this. And the one thing I want you to take away from this slide is your weaknesses will never develop, while your strengths will develop infinitely. Right. And so, oftentimes we look at what's wrong with us instead of what's the best with us. Okay, I've got to let these people in. Oh my goodness. Admit. There we go. And let's move right along. Where is it? There we go. So you heard me say, collect the dots, connect the dots, clarify, change, and correct the dots to be your best self. One of the things that I do is I talk fast because I have a lot of information to get to you. And so you saw in the beginning, I actually read much of what I said to you because I can get off on multiple little tracks. The key is that you are uniquely and wonderfully made. Psalm 139 is one of my favorite Psalms. If you haven't read it lately, go to it and read it as if God is speaking directly to you. There are three areas in our Mary Kay businesses that we want to develop and grow in. It's our culture, God first, family second, career third, golden rule, go give spirit. Mary Kay said, everybody has a sign around their neck that says, make me feel important. Today, we want you to feel important and know that the best thing that you can do for your entire Mary Kay career is continually developing yourself and your character, our culture, our craft, and your character. So one thing you might not know about this fantastic little assessment called Clifton Strengths is that out of all the people who take the assessment, you are 1 in 33 million. That's right, 1 in 33 million. Those are the odds that someone else shares the same signature themes or top 5 with you. The report represents your most dominant theme. All right. And every single one of us have all 34 themes. And so what you'll do is they will be numbered, and your top 5, your top 10 are your talent themes that you're going to want to develop more. Okay. Our research indicates that your greatest room for overall personal improvement is where you're the strongest, and discovering where you're the strongest starts with your signature theme. And I'm just going to ask everybody, because this is recorded, if you could mute yourself. I know some of you think it might be quiet, but please do that for me so I don't have to try and figure out how to make that happen. Thank you. So the key to success is to fully understand how to apply your greatest talents and strengths in your everyday life. All right, I know I'm going to have to do this. I'm going to see if I can
Yeah,
mute you all.
if you go to participants, you
Yeah.
can mute. You'll
Okay.
see who's unmuted.
Okay. So, um, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So everybody, if you would, that would be great. I'm just kind of, all right, good. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you, Jennifer, for letting me know that. Okay. So Donald Clifton was a real person, just like Mary Kay was a real person, right? This is someone that we lean into. So Donald Clifton did this research, and he said, what will happen when we think about what's right with people rather than fixating on what's wrong with them? Truly is a biblical principle. So here's Gallup's 6 most important things, because this is what happens when people work in their strengths. They look forward to going to work. They have more positive than negative interactions with coworkers. They treat their customers better. They tell their friends they work for a great company. Isn't that our team building and sharing? They achieve more on a daily basis. Time management, money management, right? Think about all those things. And they have more positive and creative, innovative moments in their day. Right? Letting someone else in. So everyone has talents, and that's where we start. When you take the assessment, that's where it goes from. A talent is a naturally recurring pattern of thought, feeling, and behavior that can be applied productively. So examples, think about what you're good at. Some of you are musically inclined. Some of you are great when it comes to being able to arrange things and put them in order, consistently having a positive outlook on life. All right, that's the strength, that's the theme of positivity. Seeing patterns in data, that's being strategic. Then there's analytical, there's deliberative, there's 34 buckets that Gallup put zillions of talents in, and they came up with those 34 names. Now I'm going to tell you and remind you that this is a different language. You're not going to find the definitions of these talent themes in Webster's dictionary. Do you remember they used to have a book like that and you could page through? Anyway, yeah. So if you Google it, just the AI definition is not necessarily Gallup's definition. So it will be something that you want to pay attention to. You want to start with talents, develop them into strengths. And again, there's nothing wrong with being aware of our weaknesses. My bottom 2, I'm just going to tell you, consistency and discipline. What? What? How in the world can you be an entrepreneur and have work without consistency and discipline? Well, the definitions are a little different in Gallup than they are in Webster's dictionary. Consistency means I like change. I don't like to have things the same all the time. Anybody with me? I mean, like, now I know that some of you cringe at that, and you're like, no, 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 I want them to be all the same for everybody. And we have policies and procedures for that, right? Well, I am in my core a rule breaker. Not, I don't do anything illegal or immoral, all of that. But it's like, if it doesn't hurt anybody and it doesn't make any sense to me, I don't have a problem with that. I gotta break that rule. But some of you are, even now, you're kind of like, I thought I liked her, but now I'm not so sure. Okay. Because if she can break rules, then I don't want her in my life. But I'm just telling you that we're all different. There's a reason, right? So maybe I'm a little bit more of a risk taker than you. The key is to identify and maximize your talents and themes so that you can move forward in the greatness God has for you. Remember, one word can make the difference. Just this morning, I reread Genesis 1, the creation story, and how one word made a difference, how one word changed our world, how one word from our creator, sovereign, omnipresent, omniscient God changed. What if you spoke one word to somebody, a client, a customer, a consultant, a national, a director, your neighbor, the person at church, the woman across the counter from you? If you used one word, you could dramatically change her life. So, one keyword about your strengths could change your perspective, improve your performance, and accelerate your progress. It's amazing. So, this is Gallup's formula for near perfect performance. Pretty simple. Talent times investment equals strength. Remember, a talent is a natural way of thinking, feeling, and behaving. Investment is time. We got to practice. Anybody ever hear about just like scripts or our little words that say, Mary Kay is pretty simple. We do two things. We share our products and we share our opportunity. The flip side of the same coin. So when you invest time, this thing keeps moving and I don't know why, I apologize. When you spend time practicing and developing your skills and building your knowledge base about you through the vision of who God created you to be, you can't help but get better. And that's where the strength comes from. This might rub a couple people the wrong way, but I have a little personal issue with the phrase that I am enough. And the only reason I'm saying that is because I am not enough. Okay. I'm telling you right now, I am not enough. I am enough in who he made me to be, but I am not whole. Apart from God, I can do nothing. John 15. Just remind yourself, okay? But I can't do anything. And he created us to be together. This is a community. Mary Kay did not develop this business by herself. For those of you who don't know the story, she invited her 9 girlfriends over. She's like, I can't do this on my own. I need you. I need your strengths, your abilities, your gifts, your talents to help me have the vision that God gave me to come to fruition. What vision is God given you? And who are the people that need to come alongside to come together, to work together, to make that vision come together? It's the ability to consistently provide near perfect performance in your lane, not in somebody else's. So discovering and living your strengths is an investment in you. You're going to name it. You're going to find out what they are. You're going to claim it. You want to own it. And then you want to aim it in the direction that he has for you. And the first thing you do is have Gallup assessment taken care of. And then if you're willing and you feel you need more, you can have strengths coaching to walk you through that process. 1 time, 5 times, 12 times. It's not a lifelong commitment. It's a equipping opportunity. Clifton Strengths is the code that cracks open your awareness of your unique talents. So let's look at this. This is the 4 buckets of the domains that Donald Clifton brought together all of his research, his ability to see. There were 4 main areas: executing, influencing, relationship building, and strategic thinking. And all of the 34 talent themes are sorted in 4 different categories. You lead from one specific category more than the other. Does that mean you don't do all the rest? Not necessarily. It doesn't mean that. It just means, remember what we said, that you are uniquely and wonderfully made, and you are not whole apart from him and about the people that he surrounded you with. He has stewarded you with your customers. He's stewarded you with your team. He stewarded you with your unit, your sales director, and he stewarded you with, if you're in the MKNA, you're supposed to be there right now. Trust that you have resources at your fingertips that will help you be the best that you can be in this arena specifically. Clifton Strengths is for life. It transcends over everything. So as you take the assessment, it's 200 questions. Don't freak out. They're pretty quick. It's timed. It's only 20 seconds per question. Why? You know why? Because we overthink. There's some overthinkers in this place right now listening to me. There's some overthinkers. And you're double questioning yourself. You're triple questioning yourself. And stop. You are the expert on you. So be the best that you can be and answer the questions. Try not to put any neutrals in there. Because honestly, if you went back and you took it again, which I'm not recommending you do, you'd be like, yeah, I know. I didn't want to say it out loud. Hey, no one's looking at this. This is purely for you. All right. As a strengths coach, I have the ability to help then say, Piper, hello, my name is Piper, and these are my top 5 strengths. These are my talent themes. You want to list them and own them. I actually have a little, it's connected to my, see right here, my little card that has my top 5. Now you think I would know them all. Well, there's some days that I need to be reminded. All right. There's some days I need to be reminded what they are, but I'm pretty sure I am clear on that. But this is where we want you to be, is unapologetically Jennifer and Kelly and Deborah and Piper and Mary and Sue and Mildred and all of us, right? Unapologetically who God created us to be. This is the goal. When you take your Clifton Strengths assessment, it's for you to walk away, maybe not initially, but eventually. I love my strengths. It's who God created you to be. So this is what the all 34 first page looks like. It's a little fuzzy, but this is actually Donald Clifton's, and his number 1 talent theme, his number 1 was significance. I believe if Mary Kay was here today and if she had that assessment taken, her number 1 would probably be significance. Do you know why? She didn't even realize it, but she wanted to leave a legacy. She wanted to make a difference in women's lives. The impact that she has globally, 60, almost 3 years later, it's crazy to think about what happened because one woman said yes to the plan God had for her life. She stepped outside her comfort zone and made something big happen. She didn't know. She didn't know where it was going to go. She just said, yes, Lord, send me. And that's what we're being asked to do. Yes, Lord, send me. If you're doing one appointment a month or you're doing one appointment a day, do it to the best of your ability. It's us all getting to be better tomorrow than we are today, even though today is the only day God's promised us. So be your best today. That's the desire of his heart, and it will bring him glory. So you've heard me say, Psalm 139, we are uniquely and wonderfully made, fearfully and wonderfully made. Our thumbprints are our own. There isn't one person listening to me now or a year from now that does not have a unique thumbprint, right? We truly need other people to know and recognize our strengths so we can become the best that is in us. So after you take your assessment, after you own who you are, you name it, you claim it, you aim who you are in the direction he has for you, then we go from me to we because you're all on a team. Somebody sponsored you into this company. I don't care where you are on the whole, the whole ladder of success, whether you're brand new or you're a national sales director emeritus. People are why we're here. You might not lead with relationship building, But apart from people, executing, influencing, and strategic thinking mean nothing. It's just us all by our little selves. Clifton Strengths gives teams a common language to better understand and trust each other's capabilities. Now, I know you're probably thinking of somebody in your life right now that's like, oh, girl, she's edgy. It's like porcupines, right? Like, I can't even get close to her because she's so prickly. Okay. Well, I would think that we've all been there. We've all had those prickly days. We've all had days when we have not been our best. Or have you heard the analogy that hurt people hurt people? Maybe she just needs someone to hear her and understand her, to listen, to learn, to listen, to love, right? And we have the vehicle of Mary Kay Cosmetics to be able to utilize what that is. So, teamwork, whether you're a consultant or national, teamwork is coming together is just the beginning. Where keeping together is progress and working together is success. Thank you, Henry Ford, for that. And the Ford company is still around. So, hey, he must have done something right, you know? And then what we can say is we love our strengths. We love our strengths collectively. That is the beauty of working in community. So, I don't know if anybody's ever seen this, but it is the perfect unit. All right. It's when you're looking at whether you have one team member, no team members, 8 team members, or you are a sales director and beyond. Those little boxes are real people. And we're looking for the women that are going to take their strengths and be their best self in the process and build something for a lifetime, right? I was just thinking about the preferred customer program that we just signed up for, and we didn't reach our goal. But out of 20 people, 777, odd number, right, are going to receive our catalog, our Mary Kay Look magazine. And if you don't think that's not impacting people or that it's not an opportunity to lean in to a God plan, I don't know what is. I mean, it's amazing. So think about this. Think about where you are on the ladder of success. Think about what you want this next year. We're only in the middle of August, 6 weeks down and a lot more week to go. You can make a plan, you can have a vision, but it starts with your heart's desire and knowing yourself well enough, not doing what your director wants. Oh, I'm not, they're not going to be happy with that. Not even doing what your national wants. You know what? You got to do what God wants. What is the plan that he has for you? And if you're not sure, take one step at a time. Move forward. Who are the people I'm contacting today? Who am I talking to today? Lord, what do you have for me today? Who do you want me to talk to today? What heart am I going to be able to impact and influence today? And every single one of you on here is going to do it differently than someone else. So I'm going to stop sharing and we can have a little bit of Q&R. I'm not sure how long we go, but I just want to say thank you. And if you need somebody to come alongside you, please contact me. I'm going to offer that rather than going to Gallup and getting your assessment code and paying for it there, just contact me because then you'll be in my system and I can send you extra resources and lots more information. And then you'll have somebody that you can chat with along the way. So I'm going to put you back on where I can see all of you on the galley.
Yes.
And
Well, thank you so much, Kat. That was
you're
incredible.
welcome.
And we really only have like a minute left because we have to
Okay.
wrap
Right.
this up
Yep.
but it was incredible. I loved everything you did. I want to thank you deeply for your knowledge and being so willing to share everything that you have.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And I'm just grateful to have people who want to know and grow from where they are. So thank you for that and blessings to all of you. This is the best place to be. Just remember faces are what take you places and faces are the deposit that we have in each person's life. God bless you, every single one of you. Have a great rest of the day.
Yes,
Bye-bye.
you gals are incredible. Thank you, Kat.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.